Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you a cool resource for those of you learning how to code. It's called Replit.com, and basically it allows you to create little playgrounds where you can test like your SQLite or your React or anything like that, or your Python Flask. So I've got this little main.sql file and I'm just going to create a table here. I'm going to specify that I want an integer column, and it's going to be a primary key and auto incrementing. It's going to be called, the table name is going to be cats. I'm also going to include a name inside that table, and it's going to be of type text. And I'm also including a type, which is also of type text. So I can run that, it will create my table. Now, if I go to select from that table, which you may think I've already created, it's going to give me an error, no such table cats. And that is because you actually need to include all of your code inside here. It's stateless, so you need to make sure that you've got your setup of your tables inside. This can actually be really useful if you are wanting to interview people as well. You might set up some tables and then get them to query from it. You can see that it's giving me a little error there, and that's just because I haven't added a semicolon to the end of create table, and it was causing issues. You can see it's not selecting anything, and that's because there's nothing in that cats table. So now it's time to go ahead and insert into the cats table. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, it can be really useful for interviews because you can set up all the information you want inside the table, and they can run queries on it, and you can ask them to create particular queries on the tables that you have and filter out whatever data you want them to filter out. So it can be quite useful for testing their skills in that way. So I'm inserting into cats, and I'm going to insert Tommy, who's a tabby, and then I can do a select star from cats, and it should bring back all my cats, which will be Tommy Tabby. And you can see that that data has been sent back. You may also want to insert multiple data, in which case you can add a comma and add the next row of data. So I'm going to do Jerry, who is Ginger. And you can see that I've got my data coming back from my cats table there. I think you can also connect to this from other parts of Replit, but I'm just going to move on and show you some different parts of Replit now. Also, I don't know if that's how you pronounce the website, but it is a very useful tool. And you can access a lot of these features for free. I haven't paid for Replit, but if you do pay for it, you can get stuff like this coding AI in your Replit IDE. So I'm just showing you all the different templates. There's so many different templates you can choose from. If you want, you can search up a specific template. So I'm wanting a Flask template for Python. I'm just going to show you this. So I'll create it with whatever files you need. And you can create your own templates as well. You just need to figure out how to get them running. If you guys are interested in a little bit more about that, then let me know and I will create a tutorial. So we've got a few different files here. We've got this index.html, which basically has checking if it's got a user ID, and if it does, it says hello to that user, and otherwise it shows a login option. So if I run this, you can see that I'm not logged in, so it gives me a login button. And when I click on that button, it's going to pop up this window and allow me to authorize. and then it'll say hello to me. There are other things you can do outside of using it for testing things and as a playground. There are actually some coding courses that you can follow along with as well. So you've got an Intro to Postgres course here, Slack integrations, make a personal website, themes tutorial. There's a whole heap of different tutorials you can sort of follow along with. But I think one that a lot of people would probably be interested in is 100 Days of Code, the complete Python course. Python's very popular, and this is a very simple course that you can sort of follow along with. So I've clicked on Start Course, and it sort of shows you the roadmap, and I can go ahead and start day one. It sort of will take you through a few steps to sort of show you how it works and give you a bit of an intro to the course. It'll tell you a bit about the Replit workplace and how to use it, and then it'll get you to start coding. The first one's pretty simple, and it gives you just an example of a print command, and it tells you exactly what to type. It's just to get you familiar with running code in that Replit console. You can see that that's output, and you can see hints as well if you want to. And then it finally gets to your challenge for day one. It's asking you to try and print that statement with just one print statement. This may require you a little bit of research, but I believe I know what it needs. So you need like 3 quotation marks, and then it will sort of allow you to do multi-lined prints in Python. So if I go ahead and run that, I should see that output in the same format. And then it has a few more challenges. So it says on the next line, add I am feeling blah. And then it's got step 4. You can follow my progress at replit.com. Kind of skip step 1, but that's fine. I think one thing that this doesn't have, which courses on sites like Exorcism have, is that it actually tests your code, so it knows whether you've done what it wants you to do, whereas this doesn't know. Once you're ready to finish it, you can just mark the session as complete. But yeah. It's quite a useful tool, and you can actually go view your profile as well. So if I go to my profile, I can see that I've done this day 1 of 100 days. And you can showcase some of your code on here as well, so which would be useful if you're interviewing for jobs and want to showcase that you can code. If you've done a cool little workspace, you can show people that. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please like and subscribe for more content. I'll be giving more content on how to improve your coding.